Hi guys, it's Adria. So today I'm going to be making a video about college, and this is something that has been requested a lot, and something I get asked quite frequently is can I give advice for after you graduate? My best advice for after you graduate is to have something planned. Okay, not everybody knows exactly what they want to do. That's fine. I mean, you're still young, just graduated, like, you're not gonna have your whole life planned out. At 18, your brain isn't even fully developed. You know, I'm 21, my brain still isn't even fully developed. When you hit 25 is when your brain has really matured. Obviously, you're gonna still be learning and maturing after that too, but 25 is really when your brain is like adult. So the best advice I can give is to have something planned for graduation, because I had nothing planned. I didn't do anything. And that really kind of sucked, and I really felt out of place, and I would not advise to doing that. You know, I kind of thought something would just come to me, it would, you know, all just kind of come into place, but you really have to try. I was just expecting everything to come to me when it came to, you know, a job or going to college. Like, I expected that to all just kind of happen on its own, and it doesn't, so you really gotta try with that. Should you go to college? That is up to you. That is fully up to you. You know, it's not for everybody. There are other options that you can do. You know, like they have beauty schools, they have things of that nature, you know, things that are like an alternative to college or university, or, you know, a lot of people don't think they're smart enough for college, and maybe that's true. Maybe it's just not for everybody. I've never thought of myself as one of those brainy type people. You know, towards the end of school, my grades were pretty good, but I don't know how well I would do, you know, college level. I did English at college level in my junior year, so I could probably do English pretty well, but college isn't for everybody. That's like reality, you know, it's not for everybody. And in this day and age, you know, a degree isn't everything. And I feel like years down the road from now, jobs aren't gonna be all about degrees. For example, my mom went to beauty school, and she has a job that she got based on her personality. My mom is such a people person. She has a great personality. I feel like my mom could get any job she wanted based solely on her personality. And I feel like personality gets you really, really far in life, because that's something you can't go to school for. You can't go to school for a personality. You know, you can go for public speaking, you can go for everything like that, but you can't get you know, you are you, and that's what you got. So maybe you're an artist and you're afraid to go to art school. What I would do is I would just start doing art and like just selling it as a hobby, and then maybe eventually you'll be like, oh hey, you know, I could really do this for a living. Because I feel like sometimes people don't believe they can do something for a living, something that doesn't seem like a real job. It's like YouTube, for instance. You know, people don't think this is a real job. You know, that it is a real job. There are people that make a full-time living off of this, and for example, you know, just start off doing it as a hobby, and it's like, oh hey, I can actually do this for a living. You know, I didn't start doing YouTube thinking, you know, oh, I could do this as a full-time job. I just kind of started doing it, and it's just like, oh, you know, one thing leads to another. So whatever you're passionate about, just start doing it as a hobby, and maybe eventually you'll be like, oh hey, you know, I could go to school for this, or maybe I could get a job doing this somewhere. You know, you never know. People ask me personally if I'm going to go to college. I don't know yet. You know, I'm only 21. There are people that don't go to college until they're like 30, and like I feel like that's okay. You know, I feel like that should be solely up to you. And people say to me, oh well, if you don't go now, you're never gonna go. I don't buy that for 1 second, because I am more motivated now to do stuff with my life than I was when I graduated. I had no motivation to do anything when I graduated, and that's just how it is for some people. Everybody does things at their own pace. That doesn't make it right or wrong. That just means that's what they are comfortable with, and I feel like that should be okay. You know, like if you want to wait 4 or 5 years to go to college, like, who cares? Who really cares? As long as you're doing something. You know, you don't have to be making a ton of money. You don't have to have like your life completely on track, but as long as you're doing something. Like, you know, I work, you know, I live on my own. I feel like I'm at least doing something, you know. I make YouTube videos, I make advice videos, I, you know, contribute to society in some type of way. So I feel like that's important. I feel like as long as you're just not sitting around like a couch potato just on your phone all day, you know, just like texting all your friends that are away at college, like, you know, just do something. And maybe you're not going to college right away, but that's okay. I feel like high school doesn't make you believe that that's okay. I feel like high school is like, okay, you're graduating now, you have to go to college, like that's how it is. But I'm here to tell you, as a real person, as somebody that's graduated, is that's not always realistic. You know, I didn't work through high school. I didn't have any kind of money saved up. So, you know, any college I'd want to do would all be financially on me. I'm saving money, and if one day I decide to use some of that money to get some kind of degree in something, I'll do that. Another question people ask me quite frequently is, what would I go to college for? I have many different career paths that I would love to do. I feel like one of them would be to be like a graphic novelist, because I would want to be an illustrator and I'd want to be a writer, but I feel like if I can merge the two together, it would be to be a graphic novelist, because I know I couldn't, I mean, I guess I could be an author and an illustrator, because there are people that do that, but I feel like I would love to be a graphic novelist, just novels that are just like a bunch of pictures too. That's like, ideally, that I would love to do that. I would also love to be some kind of blueprint designer for like buildings, architecture, because I was really good at geometry in high school. I had one of the best grades in my entire class. Geometry was just, it just clicked for me. I don't know if it's because I'm an artist, but like the measurements, the shapes, the degrees, I loved it so much. And I don't really like math. I don't like algebra really, but geometry is like, I love it. I feel like I could just pull out a geometry book and just sit here and do it right now. Like, it was awesome for me. So I would love to do something with that. I also really love biology. Biology is really cool. I mean, I wasn't even really much of a sciencey person either, but biology was really cool for me. I don't know if it's just because I had a cool teacher, but I really liked biology. You know, I'd love to study like art history. I'd love to do like film stuff, like I just have so much. I feel like if I were to sign up for college classes, it would just be like 10 pages long of stuff I would want to do. And I feel like that's where it's hard, you know, when people ask you, you know, like, what do you want to do for a living? And you're like, oh, I don't really know. It's not that you don't know, it's just you haven't decided is really, you know, because everybody has something they would like to do. And I feel like a lot of it is like financial stuff because Brandon secretly wants to learn to fly airplanes, and like that's all cool and everything, like who wouldn't want to fly an airplane, but Brandon would really like to learn to fly an airplane. The problem is getting your pilot's license costs so much money because they don't want just anybody flying a plane around. So it's like, you know what you want to do kind of, but it's not always within your budget. That's the thing. Are you a failure if you don't go to college? Absolutely not. You are not a failure if you don't go to college. If you never go to college, if you go to college when you're 30, 40, you are not a failure. That does not make you a failure. Sometimes your circumstances are just different. Like, my mom was married and had my brother when she was like my age. So it's like everybody's circumstances are different. You know, everybody hasn't made up their mind yet. You know, there are people that know what they want to do when they're like a teenager. They're like, oh, I know I want to do this. But then maybe they'll go to college and maybe they'll change their mind. And I don't want to go spend thousands of dollars in college if I might change my mind, you know? I'm just kind of enjoying being out of school, making my own money, being on my own, just kind of doing my own thing. And maybe eventually college will come into the question. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, I don't know. You know, I want to travel the world, I want to do fun stuff. You know, I don't have to have my whole life planned out by the time I'm 18. Like, that's, you know, like one day you're asking for permission to use the bathroom, the next you're making huge life decisions. It's unrealistic. You can take all the time you need to decide what you want to do. And I've even thought about being a public speaker because I feel like I really could have something to contribute, because I used to be the person that couldn't even speak in front of my class, and now here I am talking to almost 70,000 people. So that's a big deal. I feel like that really takes a lot of growth and like learning and this and that. So like I've even thought about being a public speaker. So my mind's all over the place with stuff I would love to do. Alright guys, so we're at the end of this video, but the reason I made this video, what inspired me to make this video, is my sister Allie. She is going to college later this year and I am so proud of her. Like I honestly am like I actually look up to her, even though she's younger than me. Like, she is so smart. She has so much to offer, and she is just gonna succeed in college, but I could use your guys' help. She's in a contest to win a scholarship. She wrote an essay about test taking. The essay with the most votes wins a scholarship. So I will have the link very top of the description box. If you guys could just click that, scroll down, you could read the essay. You don't have to read it, but it's short and sweet. And how you vote is there's a little thumbs up at the bottom of the page. If you just click that, the vote count should go up by 1. So that'll mean you voted. And if you guys could just do that, not for me, but for my sister, that would mean so much to me. She didn't even ask me to do this, but Brandon was like, Adria should talk about it on our YouTube channel. And she was like, OMG, yes. So I know she'll be so excited if you guys could help her win that. And I'm actually going to see my family within the next few days here. It's Wednesday when you're seeing this, by the way. You know, this isn't pre-recorded. I'm sure she will want to thank you guys herself. I'll be sure to film a video with my sisters. I know she'll want to thank you guys for your help. The winner is going to be chosen at the end of June, so she needs as many votes as she can get. She has like 180 votes right now, so yeah, if you guys could just go click that, and like, it would literally take less than a minute. And her essay is so good. She is so talented. She is such a good drawer, a good writer. Really, me and my 2 sisters are all really talented in that way. But my sister Allie got into college, and this scholarship would mean the world to her. And again, this is not even for me, this is for my little sister, because I love her and I'm proud of her. And if she could win this with the help of you guys, like, that would just, oh my gosh, I don't even know. I've already gotten her up to like 180 votes because of Instagram. You guys on Instagram are awesome, so if you've already voted on Instagram, and let me know, thank you. But if you guys vote for her, be sure to leave a comment down below that you voted so that I can reply to your comment and thank you, because this really means a lot to her. And it would really mean a lot to me to see her win this, because I know that would just completely motivate her. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and remember, whether you go to college or not, that does not make you a failure. It doesn't make you better than anybody else. Everybody has their own paths in life, and even if you just decide to go to beauty school and cut someone's hair for a living, that's awesome too, because that's what my mom did, and my mom's an awesome hairdresser, just saying. Leave me alone, Brandon! Yeah, so no matter what you decide to do with your life, no matter what it is, it's not right or wrong, it's not better, it's not worse, it's just you. It's what you decide to do, and do it at your own pace. I am one of those people, I've done everything in life at my own pace, and my mom says that to me all the time. She says, Adria, you have never done anything in your life a minute before you were ready to. And that is very true. So do things at your own pace, and don't be discouraged. And again, thank you if you voted for my sister Allie. The link is down below. I will see you guys again real soon. Until then, panda hugs. I love you guys. Bye! Like the ultimate maturity level, but I just, yeah.